Hi, my name is Paul Kautza. I'm the Director of Education for the Data Warehousing Institute, and I'm here today with Dave Wells, who is the Director of Community Development for the Business Analytics Collaborative. And thank you, Dave, for joining us today. You are starting a new venture, trying to build an analytics community, and TDWI is proud to be kind of helping you with that from a media sponsorship standpoint, and trying to work with you because I think it's a set of audience that all of us are trying to figure out, and I think they're trying to figure out themselves. So if you wouldn't mind, just kind of give us a little background of what you're trying to accomplish with the community you're trying to build, and we can talk a little bit about how we see that fitting with TDWI.
Okay, the community that I'm trying to build is one that currently today is very diverse, very fragmented, and includes a continuum of people that are at one end of the spectrum, data scientists, statisticians, and quants. At the other end of the spectrum, folks who don't even necessarily recognize that they are business analysts. Stephen McDaniel refers to them as the accidental analyst. I think of them frequently as de facto analysts. They are the business managers who analyze data simply because it's a necessary part of doing their job. Between those two extremes are many, many, many shades of gray. So lots of roles and responsibilities and lots of levels of participation in business analytics. And right now that community is very fragmented, very diverse, very unconnected. The reality is, wherever you sit on that continuum, you can learn from those opposite directions each way from you. The data scientists can learn from the accidental analysts a lot about how to establish business problems and do the right kind of analysis to find the right kinds of answers. The accidental analysts can learn from the data scientists how to build more sophisticated, more advanced, more effective analytic models than some of the simple modeling they typically do in Excel. So the goal is to bring all of these folks together in such a way that they can learn from each other, share with each other, and become a true community rather than a fragmented bunch of people with common interests.
And I think that's a very solid idea. I think it's probably going to be a little bit like herding cats for a while, because I know we've all been trying to get at that community for a long time. But I think it's growing so fast and emerging now. It's really important to bring that community together. And you know, a lot of organizations and a lot of people are doing meetups, and I think that's how you're trying to establish this community. But what do you think will make this different than the one-off meetups that are all over the place?
One-off meetups are single occurrence events, and often the meetup groups have a good turnout for the first meetup, and then they simply fade away. The goal here is recurring meetups, driving toward a sense of membership in a community where people take away true value. It is also about doing local meetups as a first step toward creating a broader community virtually. It's about getting very specific focus of the individuals who are in that community on analytic topics. So we're talking something beyond simple meetups. We're talking something beyond LinkedIn groups. We want something so specific that if you're an analytics professional searching someone who knows how to use naive Bayes algorithms to do classification and probability of various disease patterns in healthcare, you can do those sorts of searches and find others in that space. And that's one of the challenges of this community, is while there are common denominators, we use similar tools, we use similar algorithms, every analytics problem is a very specific problem, both specific to industry and specific to function.
And these groups, the individuals in the groups are scattered across these organizations in all the different departments, so they don't even have a chance to really understand and get to know each other on an ongoing basis themselves.
Oh, there's not even cohesion of business analysts within a single company, whether it's healthcare, retail, government, or whatever. You get into a big organization, and there are business analysts scattered throughout the company who don't know that others exist.
And I think you had your first meetup in Seattle about a week and a half ago and had some very good turnout with that. I think you had like 90 people sign up and 80 some show up, didn't you?
Yeah, we had about 82 show up for the first meetup, with about a 3-week run-up from first posting the meetup as going to take place. We put together a group of 145 people, with 82 attending the first meetup. The ongoing response and feedback and communication has been very active. So this will not be one of those meetup groups that just fades away. Upcoming, we have a meetup this evening in conjunction with the TDWI conference. Thank you for agreeing to host that one. We have future meetups planned in conjunction with Tableau's user conference, with other cities in other locations, some co-located with shows, some standalone and independently. So hopefully we will do 12 to 14 of these meetups in the remainder of 2013 that represent a cross-section of the country. Terrific.
Well, we're very excited about it at TDWI because I think it's a community that really can benefit from the education that we offer at TDWI. They can benefit from learning about the community, the vendor community, and what they do by attending some of our conferences, and they can also really benefit from being able to network with each other and grow into that community.
I think it's an essential thing for TDWI. As I've watched TDWI evolve over the years, we see many things come and go. And at the risk of sounding a bit like a cynic, we watch the various fads, and they ebb and flow, peak and valley as they hit magazine covers. And MDM 4 years ago was hot. Now MDM is an also-ran. I think big data has probably hit the peak of its hype cycle. But while these other things do peaks and valleys, analytics has done a steady trend upward. Analytics is here to stay. It's a sustainable topic. It's one for which TDWI needs to expand its audience, because analytics resides more in business community than IT community without leaving your technical audience behind. You need to be able to draw in more of that business community that's not about managing data, but about applying data to make effective business decisions. And that's what the business analytics community should be able to do. That's why there is synergy between our two organizations.
Yeah, and we've worked together very hard on the TDWI side to build, I think, a really, really good curriculum around the entire stack of analytics, from pure performance management all the way through predictive analytics, predictive modeling. And I think we've got a lot of material around that is very solid, and that I think this community can benefit from. So with that, I want to thank you for joining me today. And if you're interested in learning more about the educational side of the analytics piece or the other pieces TDWI has to offer, you can go to tdwi.org. And if you're interested in learning more about the business analytics community that Dave is putting together, you can go to bacollaborative.com, or you can just email you at dave@bacollaborative.com.
D-Wells.
D-Wells.
D-Wells@bacollaborative.com.
Yeah, and if you're interested in hosting a meetup or meetups in your area, you'll be able to find it from Dave. So thank you very much, and with that, have a good day.